All right, let's go to our YouTube topic, youtube.com/Frontstretch. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. Hello, everyone. My name is Trey Lyle, your host of this Happy Hour podcast. I'm missing my two regular co-hosts. Michael Massey is not here because he is sick, because he had to spend a week with the two people in this video that work for Frontstretch. And, of course, Dalton Hopkins is on his hiatus. As always, in the regular show, we kind of broke down everything from the championship weekend, talked a little of Kevin Harvick's legacy. We are also joined by our special guest, Jonathan Fjeld, of the managing editor for the Racing Experts. He's the co-owner there as well. At Jonathan Fjeld on X. Did I make up for it from the start? Did I get it right this time?
You're almost there. You're almost there. Third time will be a charm. It's all good. No, Jonathan Fjeld, the race expert.
Fjeld. Okay, got it. Fjeld.
Appreciate it.
There we go. I got it.
Have me.
All right, well, gentlemen, 2023 is up. Let's throw it out the window. Actually, we're going to tease this. We're going to have a long happy hour episode. Oh. It is the Happy Hour Award Show. That's going to be our episode next week. Whole episode going to be on YouTube. How about that? Bomb right there as well. I think Brian will be there. Massey should be back. Oh, we might be suited and booted for it, or at least one of us will. That's a tease for you, ladies and gentlemen. But your bold prediction for 2024. So we are a year from now. It's 2024. The season is over, and your prediction will be what? Jonathan, you can go first.
Oh boy. Bold prediction. I'm going to say Eric Jones makes the championship 4.
Holy shit.
You want a bold.
First year in Toyota for Legacy Motor Club. He's back in Toyota and he leads them to the championship 4. Is that just a gut feeling? Like that's insane.
Wow. I will elaborate on this. I've just seen how Eric Jones, even with the way Legacy Motor Club has been, has struggled. We've all seen it. Like, they've had speed. Like, they've found speed in the race car. They've had some good runs. Even to the point where earlier in the playoffs, like, Eric Jones, had he finished well enough at Texas, he probably would have been in a position to contend for a round of 8 spot if he had qualified for the playoffs. Obviously, switching over to Toyota is going to be a big transition. There's going to be a lot going on. But I think being with a manufacturer like Toyota and having more support, being able to showcase his talent, also being in that prime age for a driver, I absolutely think we could see him win a race or two. And, hey, maybe the championship 4. You want it bold? There you go.
We just got hellfire and brimstone for you.
We're starting. I thought mine was very, very far fetched. But that's pretty good. Steven, we'll let you go second. Brian's still in shock, so I think he needs a minute.
Okay, I'm not going that bold, and it may not seem completely bold just because he won the title this year, but my prediction is that Blaney will go back-to-back, and he wins 7 races or more.
Wow. Okay, the 7 races, that's pretty bold.
Yeah, 7 races.
In this car, it's hard. I think it's hard. It's going to be hard to win, 6 to 10 races each year. So I like it.
So there's a couple of reasons why I say this. One, Ford's, despite having 2 championships with the car, the Ford Mustang that they've had hasn't been the greatest. It hasn't been the greatest aero. The Ford Mustang is getting a completely new look for 2024, new aerodynamics. My prediction is that it'll be a lot more up to par with the Chevy and Toyotas of the world. And the other reason why I think this will happen is because I think this season and this championship, I think this is the floodgates opening moment for Ryan Blaney. And to kind of draw on a past example, Larson, it seemed like every time he dominated a race, he wasn't able to win it. And then he led over 300 laps in the 2021 Coca-Cola 600 and won that. And then he ended the season with 8 more wins in his first title. Why I think Blaney's going to go back-to-back, because, first of all, he's the best drivers at Phoenix. He doesn't have a win, but he's finished second 3 straight times. He's led over 400 laps. But also, if Ford is better, I think Blaney's going to win that many because, in the words of Joey Logano after the race, Logano said that Blaney's a fast driver, but his problem was always, trying to finish races, and now he can finally do that. And I think we saw that. Like, think about like, before this year, think about all of Blaney's wins. It seemed like he was like the winner when everything went to chaos. He never really dominated, and in fact, actually, prior to winning the Coke 600, he had led 100 laps in a race 11 times and didn't win any of them. That changed in the Coca-Cola 600, and he also led over 100 in Martinsville, and he had a clutch championship victory at Phoenix. So my prediction is that with Ford being better, with having a shot in the arm of the championship and having the Final Four Phoenix, and being able to finally close out and dominate races where he's been the best car, my prediction is that Blaney will put it all together to get 6, 7, or maybe even more next year.
Ooh, pretty good. We're getting hot. It's getting hot in here.
It is okay, Nelly.
I might have to take off all my clothes.
No, God, no. No one wants to see that. Good Jesus Christ.
I was just making a Nelly line, okay? Let's move on. All right.
For me, I'm gonna go with a little bit different, kind of what Steven's talking about.
Can I say? I didn't say it was your turn yet, Brian.
Oh,
Brian, what is your bold prediction for 2024?
Thank you, Trey Lyle. I appreciate that.
Let me do my job.
Shut up, okay? God, made me feel bad. Jeez. My bold prediction, kind of what Steven was speaking about with the Fords and everything. I think Josh Berry and the driver of the number 10 car for next year will each win one race next year.
So you think Noah Gragson will win a race? Just say it. He's gonna be in the 10.
Hey, I don't want to be wrong, okay?
Yeah, okay.
But yes, I do think.
Okay, you think?
Hey,
Josh Berry.
Last year I picked Gragson to win. I picked Gragson, Ty Gibbs, and Ryan Preece all to win a race, and none of them won a race.
Okay,
well,
that was
congrats, Noah and Josh. You're not winning a race next year.
Okay, that prediction in retrospect is pretty hot. Holy
cow. Yeah. And it went right into the ice water. I can tell you that much because one didn't survive the year.
Obviously, Brian is the cold version of these bold predictions. I don't think I'll get as hot as Jonathan, but I might outlast Steven. I think the best race car driver on the planet will prove why he is the best race car driver on the planet. And he will not ultimately complete every lap during Memorial Day.
And hit the no way.
Kyle Larson is going to win the Indianapolis 500, fly to Charlotte, and win the Coca-Cola 600.
Okay, that is
on the same day, and basically complete the greatest achievement in the history of motorsports. Because if there's any NASCAR driver who can win the Indianapolis 500 in his first attempt, it's Kyle Larson, and I'm going with it.
You said you couldn't get hotter than mine.
I think hottest of the 4.
That's the hottest of the 4.
Pretty hot.
So, Kyle Larson sweeps the Indy 500 and the Coke 600.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, let's be real here. I wouldn't be shocked. I would be stunned. I would be stunned. I wouldn't be shocked because it's Kyle Larson. If there's any race car driver on the planet Earth that could do it, I'm picking Kyle Larson. He gets in things and wins. It doesn't matter.
Do you really think, if he won the Indy 500, he would fly back?
Yeah, because he does it every weekend during Cup weeks. It'd be insane.
I don't know.
You should
that's just bonkers.
The milk in Victory Lane in Charlotte,
I do think they would absolutely accommodate for that. I think they would.
Would they delay the race for an hour?
I think. You know what? If something
it would be dumb for NASCAR not. What? Kurt Busch finished 6th in his first attempt,
and he made it within like half an hour of the race starting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's plausible.
Yeah.
Similar to how some stadiums put in fake crowd noise, NASCAR puts fake rain at Charlotte Motor Speedway to delay it so that one back in time.
Who
The
knows?
sprinklers accidentally came on. Oh, whoops. We have to dry the track for an hour. BRB.
Back in sim racing days, whenever the server would lag, we would call it server rain, so they could have some mysterious server rain happen.
Okay, sure.
Well, before we get on out of here, give us your bold prediction thoughts at Frontstretch. How about in the comment section down below as well? Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Before we get on out of here with the podcast and the YouTube video, Jonathan, I give you the floor. Thanks so much for joining us. How can fans connect with you? Yeah,
so follow me on Twitter. You see the handle right down there. There we go. Got my directions right. Jonathan @Jonathan_Fjeld. You can check me out on theracingexperts.com. We got some stuff from Phoenix, great coverage from the Cup race, Xfinity trucks, talk with different drivers, photography, all sorts of stuff there. Continuing into the off season. I mean, we're gonna keep on going. Gonna have some different history pieces and different things going on. So, I mean, it's the off season, but it's not really the off season. So, looking forward to it. Yeah, check me out on Twitter. Yeah, and just awesome to be here. I appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate you joining us, Steven. Before we get on out of here, how can people connect with you?
So, just like Jonathan, I'm also on Twitter. I am at Steven_Stumpf. And then if you want to check out some more of my work I do, I write 2 columns weekly on Frontstretch when the season's going, of course. They are called Stat Sheet and 4 Burning Questions. Obviously, I'll be at quite a few races in 2024, and I'm excited, excited for their off season, but I'm also excited for the season to start up, and we have even more to bring you next season and during the off season as well.
Brian at the Brian Nolan. Well, I plug Brian's stuff because it's part of my job. So listen to the next episode of Bringing the Heat with Brian Nolan at the Brian Nolan on X. You can follow me at TreyLauVT. As mentioned, listen to the next episode of Bringing the Heat with Brian Nolan. Guest TBD. That's a tease because we have not figured out the guest yet. As always, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Happy Hour. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to the Frontstretch podcast feed, leave that 5-star review. That was a great 2023. We will celebrate 2023 in NASCAR next week with the Happy Hour Awards show right here on the Happy Hour Frontstretch podcast feed. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Happy Hour.